welcome everyone to the 40th episode of the Pear podcast.
Hey Sandi.
Welcome to Lokrum.
Thank you very much. Episode 40. Very cool.
That'll be us nearly a year soon.
Yeah, it is. So only a year of you talking about Brewster updates. And here we are.
Yep. Did you notice my jumper?
I did. I love your jumper.
I just needed a reason for you to bring up Brewster and not me.
I did it straight away. Just get over and done with. No, I noticed your jumper. Is that a jumper design, or did you use like a custom design from like something else? Because it's just his face, right?
No, it's just his face. It's a jumper design. It's got coffee on the back as well.
Oh, nice. Were you really happy when you heard the Brewster update is coming?
Yeah, as you know what, I was actually like so surprised. You know, I've been harping on about him for like a year, but I got to a year and I'm thinking, no, that's just a bit too long. I've just given up hope, but so it was really nice to see.
Oh, I told you it would happen someday. When we saw it, we were just like, Sandi's going to be so happy.
Yeah, can't quite believe it. But well, obviously it is believable because it's obviously something a lot of people wanted, not just me. And it's just another cool place to hang out from the pictures, well, the tiny glimpse we got.
Yeah, it looked very cosy and inviting. And I like that it's in the museum.
Yeah, I don't know if people, I've not really, I tried to stay off like social media about regarding that just because, well, you know why. But I'm kind of glad it's in the museum just because I don't have to worry about where I'm going to place another building. I'm struggling now.
Yeah.
Although it'd be nice to have a wee outdoor area outside where you can like an outdoor sitting area. It'd be quite easy to do that and make it look all nice, but it's just less decorating for me, so I'm quite happy at the minute.
Yeah.
And I quite liked it in the roost in the museum, like the previous games, Wild World at least.
It's really going to affect the symmetry of that museum entrance, though.
Oh, do you think there's going to be something at the other side then?
I do, yeah. Maybe that they won't announce it this time, but yeah, I think there'll be something over the other side.
Oh yeah. So what else do you think they're going to announce then? Because they're having its own announcement in October.
I think they might give us like a sneak peek of things that are coming next year. So just a little, they'll probably announce the Brewster thing. That'll be the big update, the main thing. And then they'll maybe announce a few extra little items for Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then we might get a little sneak peek about, or maybe just a timeline of what to expect next year. I think they might want to manage everybody's expectations about going forward. So I think they'll just be something like expect more in 2022. And if they don't say that, then I probably wouldn't expect any more. Although I would like to see a big expansion, like a paid DLC expansion, which is something Nintendo are doing a lot more these days. Something like we've talked about before, like some way of customizing villager houses or something like that, a happy home designer kind of add-on.
Yeah.
Or it could even be a multiplayer add-on.
Yeah, I was thinking more like islands, going to islands tours.
Because we've talked a lot about that in the past, like what could be a multiplayer thing. And it might make sense that was paid only because some people don't do multiplayer and have no interest in that. So wouldn't be that bothered that it was a paid thing and wouldn't want to buy it. Whereas lots of people really love that aspect of the game and would be happy to do it.
People might think that obviously the Nintendo Online, to play online, you need to buy the Nintendo Online, which if you don't play any other games that require that, then you're having to buy that to play online, and then again another add-on, which I personally don't mind paying that. I think it's really good value for money. The Nintendo Online plus the add-on is coming a year and a half after I've already spent thousands of hours in a game, so I don't mind paying a wee bit extra to extend that because I've already got my money's worth. I'm
Yeah.
sounding like a broken record, but I have.
I agree. But maybe for a more casual player, you're right. It might not seem very good value to do that.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it's very exciting that we're going to get a presentation next month.
I can't wait. I hope we get a job. I was so.
You want a job?
That's my first. So.
Why do you want a job?
So unlike real life. Like, I can't wait to get a job. No, I just quite enjoyed the wee task that you did on the New Leaf Brewster's cafe, making coffee.
I never got to that bit. You needed to buy a certain amount of coffees before you...
You had to get Brewster to warm up to you.
No, he still hates me.
And actually start to talk.
Yeah, I never got that far in New Leaf then.
And I love the wee carry cups of coffee. Oh, I'm so excited. It's like these little things. Although I do hope they bring out some new reactions. I know we spoke about it before.
Oh, that's a good point.
Even if it's
yeah.
Obviously, if they're saying the updates come in November, there might not be any like new Halloween ones. But I hope there is one that...
You're still hoping for zoomies?
It's just zoomies I want. It's just a zoomie. I'm just thinking about zoomies now. Or pulling out a book, like reading. You know, they just pull out books.
Yeah, that would be cool. Exciting times. What I really hope is that our villagers start talking about the cafe coming, like in the weeks leading up to it. That would be really cute.
Oh, do you think you could make... Oh, I keep thinking about this, meeting villagers for like inviting them over and things, but do you think you could meet them at the coffee shop for like, oh, we'll meet you there at 10 o'clock?
Yeah, that'd be great. It would be nice even just to bump into them in there, wouldn't it? Which I guess is...
and just actually get to sit down beside them and without them jumping up as soon as you sit down.
Oh, maybe your old villagers can come back and be in there like
What?
Like we've imagined them going off to Brewster's coffee shop when they've left the island. Maybe they can turn up there like they used to turn up in the high street in New Leaf.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
And the only reason they get on the island is because Captain's going to take over that pier that's been sitting there empty for ages, and he brings them.
They could fly.
Flying seems a wee bit excessive to get a coffee. I think a wee boat ride.
We fly for any old reason.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying to you before we started recording. I'm going to fly out to the island so I can pick weeds.
Oh, pick some fruit while you're out there, please. I'm so desperately low on fruit.
Like what for? Just for gifts for villagers?
Yeah.
I'm going to buy some out of Nook's.
Yeah, I will. Poppy said that she'd been flying somewhere today. So it's not out of the question that the villagers fly. Actually, I'm not sure that she did fly because I think she forgot her Nook Miles ticket. She said she'd accidentally taken a Bell voucher to the airport instead of a ticket.
Oh, right, okay.
But she can fly.
So maybe she'll be flying back to her old island for a coffee.
Whatever they do, it'll be super cute and I'll love it. I'm easily pleased. I can't help but notice our smiling jack-o'-lantern friend on our set this morning. Does that mean you've been doing lots of Halloween decorating?
No, I haven't really been doing Halloween decorating. I've just still been doing autumn decorating. I've just been getting prepared. I have made a few spooky lanterns because I think I just turn them around and they just look like autumn, fall decoration. But this will be in October, so I had to get the jack-o'-lantern out.
I love it, it's great.
And plus I had loads of pumpkins in my pocket, so I had to make use of them.
You're still full?
No, I dropped them beside my pumpkin patch now to pick up flowers. Yeah, it's just been a constant cycle of just dropping things to pick up other things, and then it's just storage difficulties again.
So what autumn decorating did you do this week?
I've just really spent more time on the entrance and just...
Oh yeah, that looked amazing when I arrived. Yeah,
just try to put more flowers out and a bit low on flowers, well, the flowers that I want, because I've get rid of all like any colours that didn't fit in with the theme. And then I've been putting some darker ones for Halloween, but not too much. It's just so it's subtle just now. I'm about to demolish. I don't know if you noticed at the bottom of the left-hand side of the map is I've got like a wee cliff top, and it's got a crescent moon, I think, and some star DIYs, and it's like a little viewing area for stars.
Yeah.
But I've got an empty space up at the back of the island that I think I might move that there too, just so that I've got more room to play about with.
Does Celeste prefer the back of the island, do you think?
I'm not sure.
I feel like I've seen her at the back more than I've seen her at the front.
Yeah, she's either on the beach or at the back of my island. I rarely see her down in the middle.
You don't see her in the plaza that much or anything, do you? Last night, I was just about to turn off my game and I saw Biscuit sitting by the airport. So I went to say goodnight and he said, "Oh, have you seen Celeste? She's here." He said something like, "She likes stars as much as I like dessert." But it got me really excited for what we were talking about last week. So I ran up to her tent to see if she'd arrived by the tent. But she was quite close. She was by the museum, which I think is where she always ends up. That's on a cliff top. Well, I guess that's what made me think, but it was nice to see her.
As you're saying that she's near the museum, do you not think that's telling you something? She might be visiting the museum to create some symmetry.
Yeah, I guess having an exhibition space would make sense, right? Because that's what we had in New Leaf. She ran the upstairs, didn't she?
The upstairs, yeah.
And that would be cool. I'd enjoy curating little exhibitions.
I think I would only enjoy doing it as if I could use it the way I use Harv's Island.
Yeah.
I wish you could do that, go into the room and then just order everything on Harv's, and then you could charge you the bells, if you know what I mean. Like, it go straight to, like, Nuke. Send me the bill.
Oh, do you mean just order?
Be able to order everything, like, directly while you're decorating, like, in that, if you think.
So you want
that's going to be an exhibition.
You want Harv's to be like IKEA? Is that what you're saying?
Not Harv's, but those exhibition rooms to decorate them. I mean, like, you don't need to bring furniture back and forth.
You don't need to bring... I see what you mean. Yeah, that would be cool.
As long as you had it in your catalogue, you could order it.
Could the villagers go into those rooms in New Leaf?
I don't know. I never noticed any villagers up there. But that doesn't mean that they couldn't.
Yeah, I don't remember. I didn't use those rooms very often.
Oh, I had a couple of rooms. One of them was just storage for, I think, pitfall. Oh my god, I
pitfalls.
Think about it. Pitfall seeds. And cedar trees, and I think bush starts. Yeah, and some axes, like just.
Why did you need to store them in there?
I have no idea. I just had well, you can imagine, I had no space in my storage. My storage was full of cloves and probably pears.
Oh, is pears your native fruit?
Pears were my native fruit, and so I stored I harvested all the golden pears, and I just held on to them until I was going to like a different island.
That's nice. I think mine was cherries.
I'm pretty sure my wild world was pear as well.
Oh, we've got an appropriately named podcast then for us both. Like, they weren't to be honest, they were in New Leaf, they weren't my favourite because I didn't really like the golden pears, like the perfect fruit, because they looked a bit gold, but they looked a bit off. That's what they looked like to me. But they look great in this game, obviously. Another thing that could go in that side of the museum would be some sort of gyroid exhibition.
Yeah, I've heard a few people asking for that, saying that. That'd be good as well.
Yeah, I'd like it. I'm not too worried.
I would prefer Celeste, in my opinion. I know people are big on the gyroids, and I don't mind them, but I prefer to have Celeste have a base on the island.
I caught my first chat with Ketchup and Mary, my two peppies, this week. and they were chatting about their favourite computer game, which I think they were like, you can pre-order it now or it's coming out soon or something. And that's called Gyroid Joe. And I've heard one of the other villagers in the past talking about a gyroid computer game, like New Super Gyroid Brothers, I think was the other one from ages ago. But first of all, it was really cute that those two were chatting together. They were just so hyped for this game and there was so much energy. And secondly, I was kind of like, oh, Gyroid Joe, eh? They keep mentioning gyroids. One day, I do kind of feel like one day we might get them.
Yeah, actually, speaking of gyroids, I was built an incline during the week up towards that wooded area I was talking about, my log bridge.
Yeah.
And I did it. I put it near bushes that I had planted that had been given. Oh no, that got when I visited you.
Right.
And then once the bridge has come up and Lloyd is the incline there, and you're standing next to Lloyd, I was trapped because all the bushes were surrounding me. And luckily I had a shovel, otherwise I'd had to exit the game, save and end the game. Felt so silly.
You could have called Rossetti. They would have come and picked you up in their helicopter.
Do you know, I've never done that to be rescued, if you know what I mean. I've only ever done it when I was out at sea just to save me swimming back, like when I was out diving.
So lazy.
Yeah, somebody told me about that and I thought that was the best idea ever. So that's the only reason I've ever did that. I've never actually needed rescued and used it, which that would have been a good thing to use.
I've never used it on the island.
When did you use it then?
When we did the May Day maze thing.
Did you have to call Rossetti?
Yeah, don't you remember? I told you.
You done it like 5 times, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you relentlessly mocked me.
That was funny.
Oh, that's funny.
I haven't really did much other than decorate, apart from the bug off. I've eventually done that the day after.
Did you manage to get any spiderweb door plates?
No, I got more bug cages. But I was thinking this anyway, I'm going to end up giving them to people and they're going to move away. So I think I'll just give them to like Tabby, Coco, and the ones that maybe will be here a wee bit longer just because I've not got their photos or things.
Have you got enough for that?
Yeah.
I only did one round of the bug off and I think I got an artisanal bug cage as well, so I can't help.
Although it was nice to catch Keiki on the Sunday instead. I like it when it's on the Sunday with the bug off on the...
I like it on Sunday too.
But who knows, he might do Sunday gigs in the Roost.
What would that be then, like a full band show?
No, I think it'd be acoustic set like he did in...
a piano maybe?
Yeah.
Because he already does an acoustic show now, doesn't he?
So he did, yeah.
But he could do a piano set, that would be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be appropriate for a cafe setting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he does it in Wild World, so I can't. It's not like out of reach. It's not out of question. So, although I'm just one of those people that are like comparing it to every other game. Oh, this game had this, but then you forget New Horizons has got so much more like different things.
Yeah, but you're not looking back and saying that was better. We're just looking back at that to see what we might expect for the future of this one, right?
Yeah.
You know, obviously there's going to be things that you preferred from this, that or the other, but I don't know.
And I get told off this week again for not talking to my villagers.
Oh no, who was this time?
Oh my goodness, and I feel so bad as well. It was Blair, Tabby and Barrow.
Blair and Tabby?
Blair and Tabby.
Oh, Sandi.
I know. But I think
Shame
my
on
theory
you.
is, it's usually when I see Tabby, she's usually singing or dancing. So I end up just taking pictures of her rather than speaking to her.
Yeah.
So I'm just showing her affection in her other ways, just not actually talking to her.
Yeah.
But I felt
yeah,
bad.
I see.
But then I did speak to her while I was busy making paths, and she was asking me, she's like, are you making a roads? I think you should make a runway so I can like model my fashion or whatever.
Oh,
So I might have to build her a wee runway outside her house.
oh, that's amazing. Do you talk to them if you go into the house and find that they're asleep?
Yeah.
I never know what to do.
I always think, is it bad, or do you get like extra points if you leave them because that's just a nice thing to do, just let you sleep, or not because you just persistently woke them up? Because some of them will go back to sleep instantly and you have to keep like pestering them for them to stay awake. But I usually give them a present after, so all's good.
I walked in on Lolly asleep in her house this week and she was holding a sandwich.
Yeah, that you were doing her a favour.
Cute.
She was missing out.
Yeah. I did wake her up, but I felt bad about it and I thought about it for a while before I did.
That's funny.
It's just when you sneak out of their house, or when you go out of their house having not said anything to them and they're awake, they look so confused and they do the curious emote. And I always feel really bad about that.
Yeah, I feel bad when that happens.
I don't want them to wake up and see me leaving.
Or you just slammed the door on the way out.
Yeah.
No, I like when you visit them and they're like just getting ready for bed. I went into Scoot's the other night and his wee outfit's so cute. He's all blue. Although he's still got that stupid, like, whatever headpiece that he wears. Like it's because he had like the little sleepy hat, you know what ones I'm talking about. The little, it's like a little elf gnome hat.
Yeah. So you just put that on top of his helmet?
His pants. Yeah, because it looks like pants that's on his head.
But yeah.
It does.
It does.
Yeah, but other than that, apart from interrupting them before going to bedtime, ignoring them, I haven't hit anybody over the head with a net this week.
Oh, well, that's something at least. They all doing all right though, are they?
Yeah. I think Blair's been wandering about.
I saw her when I arrived, actually. That was nice. I bumped into Barold and then Blair. I was like, oh, it's a little Albi reunion.
Yeah, and it feels so long I've not had any movement in the island. And I'm thinking these guys must think I'm keeping them. And I'm going to feel so bad when I have to give them the boot.
They'll understand.
I think this is the longest I've went without a campsite visitor.
Yeah, it's been ages. So no photos this week either?
No photos.
No.
Although, to be honest, yesterday I didn't even give them any gifts because I never had any fruit. Because I've like downsized my fruit trees, I've just forgot to like stock up. Like I've already went through what I'd bought and what you'd actually gave me a lot as well.
I brought you lots of pears today.
Oh, nice. So they'll be...
So,
my villagers might give me some photos now.
Absolutely. I hope they enjoy them.
Although, do you know what? I've got pumpkins sitting there, lying all over the ground. Why have I not been giving them pumpkins? That. Oh, what silly me.
I planted a big pumpkin. Try that again. I planted a big pumpkin patch this week, but then immediately forgot to water them. Like I watered them when I planted them and then forgot about them ever since. So I guess they're only going to have one pumpkin each. So that's how it works, right? The more you water them, the more they grow, yeah? Yeah,
well, I think you'll need to water them like 3 consecutive days or 2.
3 days in a row, okay.
But I wish that they worked like the same as flowers. So, you know, if you get 5 friends to water your flowers, there's more chance of hybrids.
Golden pumpkin.
Oh, not even golden pumpkins, but just if you got like 3 of your friends to water it on the same day, you wouldn't need to water it the other days. Like it's already had 3 waters. And that'd be quite good. I would like, you could have pumpkin watering parties, like, you know, we used to have flower watering parties.
Yeah.
Nobody's got issues with flowers. The issue is too much flowers probably now. Like.
Yeah. It has been raining a lot this week, so I might have been lucky and the rain might have watered them on one of the days. Or So I'll have to go and have a look and see how many pumpkins I've got when I get home.
Yeah, I think mine's have only got 2, my pumpkin patch. But it's quite big, so I've got quite a few I can get.
But that's a good point. I could start using them for gifting.
Yeah, I've been using them for eating, just to move trees. That's what I've been using mine for.
Oh, I ate some of my last bits of candy floss and ice cream to move my trees this week.
Oh yeah, you were trying to offer me them, and I just feel like I couldn't take some sweets. I think that's just a waste.
No, it's not,
But
because
then-
you also get to see the cute little eating animation as well.
Yeah, I know I need to just eat mine as well, because they're still over my living room area. And now that Brewster's confirmed, I think we'll be having
Snacks.
I'm hoping we're going to have snacks available to purchase.
Yeah.
It might be different snacks coming out, so it might not be like ice lollies in winter. It might be a wee nice hot cup of cocoa or hot dog or whatever. I don't know.
You think Brewster's going to branch out from
Maybe even
his purist coffee?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because as I spoke about before, all these villagers that come and asking you when you're going to take them for a tea and things like that, and they've got weird combination. They've got no, it's not weird, but they've got specific drinks that they've asked for that I wouldn't expect to be sold at Brewster, but maybe it needs to get with the times. So what's been happening on Albi this week?
I've done a little bit of decorating as well. I changed all my bushes over for the tea olive bushes. So you've got one there behind you where you're sitting, nice orange blossoms. So I did that, they look really cool. That took it way longer than it should have. And so I got rid of one of my final bridges that was left over when I was flattening my river.
Yeah.
And the day that it disappeared, I was planning on going and terraforming that last bit of water and then putting some paving down, doing a bit of plaza. And when I went over there to do it, there were 2 of them fishing there. I think it was Shari and Pearl. I was like, right, okay. So I can't fill it in while they're fishing.
Oh no.
Won't let you. And then Ursula came and joined them. So there's 3 of them fishing in this tiny little square of water in the middle of the what used to be the river.
Well, you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to make them a pond.
I did. I just, instead of flattening it, I just curved off the edges and made it a little pond there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And I downloaded this path that was 43 custom design slots big.
Wow.
So I've been playing with that this week. But it's complicated. It's really complicated. It's taken me ages to figure out.
I seen it when I was over visiting Kiki the other night, and it looks amazing though.
So the bit that you saw, I really liked that. That's really cool. But that's just straight, flat edges. And then it's kind of goes into a little kind of triangle at the end. But that's pretty simple. I think maybe that used 6 or 7 different parts of that design. But there are 43. There's corners and all sorts of different orientations for everything that you could possibly imagine.
Wow.
So it's really hard to get your head around how to make it look exactly how you want. So there's been lots and lots of trial and error. And since you visited, I've done another little area where I've tried to put some bushes in and tried to make some patterns with it. And I'm not amazingly happy with how it looks so far, but I like the kind of direction that it's going in. Incorporated with the bushes, it's really cool. It's got different elements. So it's got in the middle, it's kind of got these little grey paving stones, or almost like cobblestones, I guess. And I think you noticed them because some of them are like a little bit rickety and you can see the grass through them.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, so it looks a bit aged. It's really cool. And then around the outside, you've got kind of like more sort of sharp paving slab sort of design. I think it's absolutely genius. And I'll put the creator code down in the description so that people can have a look. Although I don't expect many people have got 43 slots to be changing around at this time.
Well, it just depends. I might actually have like a summer one that takes up quite a lot, and I might want to change it for the different seasons.
Well, I had a couple of different versions of the path, so getting rid of those gave me 30 slots immediately, so it wasn't too bad for me.
Yeah.
But I've been really enjoying playing with that. The only thing that I don't like about it is it's quite sharp and angular, which is not usually the kind of look that I would go for. I like something a bit softer with more kind of rounded. But it fits really well with the fact that it's, like proper paving slabs and cobblestones and paving. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do with that. But it is requiring a lot of time and patience to get it right. But it's fun having a little project.
No, I think I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Cool, yeah.
With all the Halloween nights we're going to need to be hosting, organising. We're going to need to get together.
Yeah, I think that area will look really great lit up with some of the lanterns. I love do you remember the lantern? I think it wasn't called Spooky Lantern. What was it called? The one that's like on a stick?
Oh, that's no, I think that's a spooky lantern that's sitting.
Are you going to look?
I'm going to have to look.
Well, I really liked the one that was on that was like a lantern.
Spooky standing lamp. Spooky standing lamp, that's what it's called.
Right, cool.
Sorry, I had to do that.
That's okay. Pumpkin on a stick. And already, having cleared out that area, the villagers are hanging around there much more often, so that's made me really, really happy. It's exactly what I wanted. While I was at it, I did a little garden extension for Ketchup. So she got a little picnic rug and some cushions, and there's a couple of drinks down there, and just a couple of bushes and trees and stuff as well, which I thought made it look much more homely. And I caught Mary in there on the dance floor again. Oh, that's it. I did a few more. I embellished the dance floor a bit more, so I put some more of the Festivale garlands and some of those items around. But Mary was straight on the dance floor, dancing up. So I'm going to have to give her her own one as well. Just seems so unfair.
Oh, what colour's Mary's house? Have you got a dance floor suitable that'll match her house?
Yeah, I reckon I've got quite a few in storage still, so.
No, I loved the picnic blanket that you had gave Ketchup. Was that a custom design or?
Yeah, just a little custom design. But it's just a little rainbow square, basically.
Yeah, it matches the festival.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I had used it before. The reason I downloaded it was for Flick and CJ's tents. Because, the kids' tents, you can see the ground underneath them.
Ah, right, okay.
So I kind of wanted like a little ground sheet for them. So I thought
base, yeah.
a little rug would look nice there. And then that one's really cool. And it's just the right size at 2x2 squares. But you can't really see it once the tent is on it. So it was nice to have it somewhere out where you can actually see it and see the design. Yeah, that was the main amount of work that I did on my island this week.
How's the villagers?
Yeah, they're all doing really well. Oh, I had a few people ask to leave this week, actually. Nobody was allowed. I can't remember who they were. Harry definitely asked. I was like, no way. And someone else asked as well, but I can't remember.
I don't know if that's more cruel than what I do and bop them over the net.
What? letting them ask and then saying no?
Yeah, because you're
Yes,
basically imprisoning them. At least my way, they can be in denial. They like think, no, she would let me go if I got to ask her. It's just I can't ask her.
Oh, don't say that. That's a horrible thing to say.
I'm sure Sandi would let me go if I asked.
When you tell them that you'd like them to stay, though, they always say, well, that's great. And they're always really encouraging.
It's just so that you can keep giving them presents of food so that they can survive their prison. Sorry, I just got to take that really down.
Sandi, don't say that. That's so horrible. I feel really bad now.
No, I think they obviously feel that they've outstayed their welcome and you're just reaffirming that they're most definitely not.
Yeah, I like to think that. I did decide this week, though, that because Shari was the keeper and I didn't want to let her leave, that I would let Megan give her an apology present, which I thought was very big of me. I delivered it for Megan.
Yeah, but did you say that afterwards?
I did.
What was it?
I don't know how it's going to look on her, but it was a cafe uniform.
Just in time for Brewster.
That's a good point, yeah.
Shari, you can see, that was so cute actually, if you could see Shari like hanging about at the cafe with her little uniform on.
Yeah, I don't know if she would be the best at customer service. She's quite short-tempered.
Yeah.
But I said, I hope it looks nice on you. She didn't try it on when I was there, but hopefully it will look nice.
Oh, so you don't even know what colour it is?
No.
Oh, it was so cute if it was a yellow one.
That would be cute.
Is there a yellow one? I don't even know if there's a yellow one, but...
Aren't they all black aprons with different colour shirts, or am I imagining that?
What apron was it she gave her?
It was the cafe uniform.
No, I think they're all different, like overall, like apron.
Different aprons, are they? Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to wait and see.
Should have got like a green one, like a mint and a teal coloured. But that could be something totally different as well. There's just so much clothing items, and there's actually quite a few aprons.
That's pretty much it, apart from a couple of visits. Ursula hosted a couple of gatherings this week. She had... who did she have round? Oh, Ketchup went round to visit her. And Megan went round as well. That was really sweet. And I love Ursula's house. Because it's got the cafe wall. It's always so bright in there. So even if it's a really rainy, miserable, dark day outside, you go into her house, it's like lovely and bright. And
yes, like so many windows.
Yeah. So that was really nice to see them hanging out. But I think that's it for all my gossip this week.
Yeah, I had not much gossip either. All I know is I need to spend more time with my villagers. I don't want to get told off again.
Oh,
especially if we Blair. Because it feels like your mum's telling you off.
Yeah. Let's go and see them all now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm jumping out. Ready to go.
No, I didn't mean exactly now. Let's finish the...
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, Luke. It's been a pleasure. And sorry for putting negative thoughts onto your villagers.
I'll get over it. Thanks for having me over. It's been lovely catching up again. I love our weekly catch-ups. And I'm looking forward to going and saying hello to all your guys. Don't forget, remind me to get some apples before I leave, please.
Yeah, I'll go to Nook's. I'll help you buy some quickly.
Lovely.
I just hope... Sorry, just going to... We're saying bye-bye, but they need to add some quality of life updates, including...
Yeah, don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, I think Brewster was a higher chance. I've got him. Don't want to push it.
Keep your expectations low and be pleasantly surprised. That's what I would advise. But yeah, thanks, Sandi. It's been really cool hanging out. And thanks everyone for watching with us as well. We really appreciate you. Come and hang out with us on the internet, if you like, everywhere you might imagine, on social media. And We've got a lovely, friendly little Discord. Anyone that watches this would be welcome to come and join if you want to chat about Animal Crossing. And you can support us on Patreon if you like.
Bye.
Bye, Sandi. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.